Hey yo, welcome to Maui Mysteries, the channel that brings you multi-dimensional content, which means that the readings are from a broad and expanded point of view, and that they're not for a specific time but should resonate with you guys whenever you come across them. This is a higher self reading, but I don't have a topic beforehand. Basically, my intention is to relay messages from your higher self. Basically, what does your higher self want to let you know? What does your higher self want to relay to you? That was quick. That you're on a specific path. That don't be scared. Ungasabi mangabe. It feels like izinto zakho are not going as fast as other people, as your friends, even people that are doing the same thing. Let's say you and your friend are both in accounting, like you're both accountants. You're still in that. Like I don't know. Like maybe your friend got promoted when you haven't been promoted. Maybe sekazothenga imoto entsha or something like that. Basically, they're saying don't be discouraged. Like mawubona izinto zabanye abantu kube ngathi zona zihamba kahle or zihamba fast, and ezakho ingathi zislow or something like that. Don't be discouraged by another person's path. You're on a specific path, and more than that, you're not on the path that is most traveled. You're not on the path with all the traffic. Ipath yako is very, very specific, obviously to every single one of you. Oh, that's interesting. You guys might actually all be like on the same path, but yeah, because it's one of those magic paths. Like besides that, I good if you're on the same path as someone, obviously you guys have to know each other. Yeah, you guys are all in the same path. You guys watching this. And this path is the road less traveled. And it can be lonely because I don't know, like Jesus said, man, it's the narrow one. It's not the wide one, the one that fits everybody. It's the narrow and straight one. So, oksalayo, there's things that have been prepared for you, just you. That's another thing. Like, don't get caught up in the situation of competing with others or feeling as though you are left behind in comparison to others, because guys, that which is yours is yours. Like, it has a certain frequency that resonates to your vibration, that resonates to your frequency. So there's no way that another person can get what is yours. If another person is getting things and whatever, they're getting the marriage, they're getting the child, they're getting the car, they're getting the job, they're getting the girl. Yeah, it's fine. Like, that girl was never for you. Okay? Like, even if you feel like, no, but I have a crush on her, yeah, it's okay. That doesn't mean anything. Like, the fact that the fact that that thing didn't come to you, let me tell you something. The universe doesn't make mistakes because it works on mathematics, like on high frequency mathematics. So the equation is always precise. When you can sit there in your life and be like, no, this wasn't accident. I was supposed to get that promotion. No, there's deeper feelings that you have, like under that you need to resolve, that are making it so that you feel that way. Probably fear. It's just you being afraid that, yeah, some of you, there's also time involved. You're afraid that, like, it's kasehamba, you're not getting any younger, and you're afraid that you haven't accomplished what you feel like you should have accomplished by now. I don't know if you guys are not seeing Ugusim. Life expectancy is not what it was before that cold. I don't want to mention it. Like, life expectancy is not the same as it was before. Yes, before that, life expectancy was still normal, like Boma 70, type of thing. That's the best you can hope for. Yo, now, I don't want to lie, bruh. You're looking at 100 and something. And they're not that thing where you're wrinkled. Have you seen the 50-year-olds these days? I could be 50. Oh, shit. I did. So, yeah. And also, it's actually important to stay true to your path, and how you do that by being comfortable with where you are, knowing Uguti, there's no ways that you have been forgotten, because that same universal frequency mathematics that is working for all the occurrences in life, it has you involved in it. I told you guys the other day, that which you call God, you are included in that. Okay? The only reason, okay, we don't have to get into that, but yes, you are included in that. So you are included in all these happenings, in these equations that the universe plays out, in the preciseness of it. You are included, and nothing that happens is to make you feel like shit or for you to be left behind. There's no place other than in your own head where you have to be good enough in order to achieve certain things or to acquire certain things. Yes, the way the equation plays out, it'll play out in such a way where you're not just going to be sitting there and are like receive everything you want just because you are human. No, the equation also has in it you working towards that which you want. The equation also has within it you course correcting, you understanding that there's certain diversions when it comes to the path and stuff like that, that bring you back to ultimately yourself, but that bring you back to the path that you're supposed to be on. So stop wasting your time comparing yourself to others and feeling like, oh, is it because of this? Is it because I'm not this? You guys are coming up with the craziest excuses, and some of them are perpetuated by society. So, you know, I don't even want to mention, but yeah, if you get, you get. Some of those are perpetuated by society. You telling yourself, it's because I'm like this, it's because I'm this, because I'm this. Chill. There's no ways. There's many people like you who have made it. Ooh, which reminds me of this other story. You know, this one time when I was talking to this entity, this dragon entity, and basically it was when I was still, you know, like in the matrix, like in the depth of it, and basically I was like, yo, I'm gonna make my way out of this. And so I asked this entity, like, what kind of people make it out? Yeah, but because I thought maybe, like, you know, it's one thing, like, you know, I'm thinking if someone says, no one like you has ever made it out, I mean, I don't know if that would have discouraged me, but then at least I wouldn't have had, you know, high hopes for myself. I would have been like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm not really the type of person that tends to think I'm the exception or anything like that. So I probably would have been like, shit, but anyway, so I asked this entity, like, what kind of people, and the way it was in that like vision, it was like a pit, you know, like in there's that one Batman movie where they're in the pit and he has to get out of the thingy, and they talk about the girl that got out before. So these guys use a rope in order to get out, and what made that girl so special is that she got out without the rope. Like, it was kind of like that pitch type of thing. How, basically. Anyway, so yeah, I asked this entity, it was the ruling entity, well, of that dimension. And I was like, what kind of people make it out of here? And this entity was like, oh, first I asked, do people make it out of here? Like, can you make it out of here? Entity was like, boo, definitely, yes, that happens, yes. And I was like, okay, what kind of people make it out? And then the entity was like, bafana now, like, no different than you. There's no difference between those who have made it out and you. Shem, that's all that entity had to say. I was like, man, done. And then, yeah, after that, but yeah, okay, the rest is my business alone. But yeah, that was a part of the conversation. Like, sometimes you may think, Uguti, the world is against you because of a certain characteristic or a certain thing about you. Like, yes, there is narratives in society that can perpetuate that thought pattern, but you need to transcend those narratives, you need to understand that it's just a narrative. And even if it's like, yeah, but that happened to my cousin, they really didn't accept her because she was this, because he was this. Like, yeah, okay, like, we ain't talking about your cousin, like, chill. And even if it's like that, don't worry. Again, Indaba, the dream of the world is so hard to explain to people. It doesn't matter that it happened to your cousin. That's also there to perpetuate that narrative within you, which you won't make it. Listen, the world is the universe is not particularly here to make sure that you do what you need to do. It's not here to like be your cheerleader. Like, you must understand the idea of good and bad, of good and evil, is all in your head, and it's all in the head of society, in the collective. But that doesn't mean that's actually how the universe works. So for there to be a narrative that perpetuates the fact that you ain't shit because of how you are and whatever, that's fair. You may not see it that way, but in terms of the universe and under the all is fair. Where you have to make it your job, you have to make it your priority to transcend those type of thought patterns. That's your job. It's not the universe's job to do that for you. And when you do work towards transcending those thought patterns, then there are other narratives that become available to you in order to help you do that. You understand? The universe is not here to help you, whatever. I'm not saying that the universe is here to push you down. No, that's not what it is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's a balance. There is a balance. A precise balance. Not a personal balance. A universal, precise balance. Where now once you transcend certain pendulums, once you transcend certain thought patterns, yeah, then what you call positive things start to open up to you, and then those narratives will pull you up. But it's not really the universe's job to make sure Gucci when you're okay. I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but it is what it is. And like, yeah, cool. And I think, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of spiritual notions are like that. They kind of teach you how, the world is such a soft, whatever place, and it's just here for you to blossom and succeed. But the way in which that happens might not be the way in which you thought. Sometimes you gotta put pressure on something in order to help it blossom, and you might not agree with that while you're in the pressure, but should you transcend the pressure, then you're going to realize why you needed that, why you needed your partner to act like that, why you needed your friend to act like that, why you needed your job to be acting crazy, so that you can transcend the idea that they are relaying to you about who you are and actually get to the center of who you are. Maybe you weren't gonna get there while you were being pampered. Okay, and also that's not to get into the narrative of you have to go through roughness in order to be like free. That's not to say that, but we can't deny that narrative does exist. It's also a narrative you have to transcend. Do you know how narratives are transcended? You need to live through the narrative. There's this you know how spiritual talk is like ambiguous and like riddles. Like, I was seeing this thing video on Instagram. Tilda, what's her name? Tilda Sweat. I can't remember, but I love her. And anyway, she was talking about how she doesn't really believe in identity, and she was talking about the transcendence of identity. Basically, the whole message was there is no self. I'm sure you guys have heard that through like all these spiritual teachings. There is no self. There is no self. And now, yes, it's interesting because the only way to get to a place, there's no point in waking up in the morning and going to the mirror like there is no self, there is no, please stop lying. Meanwhile, you identify as a self. Like, come on, you need to understand how deep within your DNA that's engraved. The only way you get to a place where you understand that there is no self is by going through all the selves is by navigating the identities until you realize none of these identities are me. Manje, these teachings sometimes make you feel like there's something you're doing wrong, because why, when do you feel a self? Why do you resonate with an identity? Now I'm gonna tell you, you're not doing anything wrong, boo. Exactly what you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing. Uzofika one day to the precipice of all these teachings, talking about, hey, there is no self, abo, I am, don't. It's okay that right now you're not at that place where that is true for you. Let's navigate where you are right now, and you'll get there, because it's inevitable. The path to those places is through exactly where you are right now. And everything I just said is what's in the cards. But more importantly, you're gonna realize it. You're gonna yeah. You're kind of leaving this whole thing that I'm saying. Like I said, you're tired of being hard on yourself. You're tired of talking to yourself like you're crazy. Like, you're realizing that you are speaking literally hate into yourself and self-doubt into yourself. If you had a child, you would never speak to them the way you speak to yourself, because it's literally discouraging. Like, what the fuck? You're starting to look at your reality as an original place that is made for you. A place, you're starting to look at your reality, not the world, ne? You're hearing me. The world is what it is. It's collective. It's where we share the whole collective consciousness. But your reality is very specific to your frequency, and you're starting to realize that. This is so beautiful, because you're starting to relate to your reality in a new way, and that's allowing your reality to speak directly to you, which is, I think, the most beautiful thing, because you're no longer under that other paradigm where you have to be under a reality that's speaking to 9 billion people, because what the fuck, boo? Literally, you're not even just a number. You might, like, you're a drop in the ocean. That's when you are a drop in the ocean. Like, what does it matter? Because you're part of this bigger thing called the collective, but also, like, what the fuck? Because you're an individual, and you deserve to experience that. You deserve to feel that. And it's the only way that you can get to the part where you realize that, yes, we are all connected. You're starting to properly connect with your own reality, and you're starting to properly connect to your own reality, and it's making your reality, like I said, speak directly to you. So things are popping up in your life when you need them to pop up. Things are disappearing from your life when you need them to disappear. This has always been happening, but your awareness of it is heightening it. Your awareness of this is I can't get the word, but yeah, it's making it even more. And for some of you, that's quickly leading to your life changing. There's something, you've got the 10 of Pentacles here, which is about stability. It's also about like financial, not windfall, but like an increase in your finances type of thing. So it's almost as if, like, you relating to your reality better is allowing you to get what you need from the universe. You do realize the universe is your highest self, right? So when you get what you need from the universe, is you're basically connecting to your highest self, and you're able to now pull out of it that which you need at the frequency that you are at, which compared to the universe is, obviously the universe is huge. You are a drop in the ocean to the universe. However, because you're finding your own communication line, one that is personal to this aspect of you, inside the we are one, don't, it is improving your life. Some of you, this is an ancestral thing where you've started, like, you know, really talking to your ancestors. You're lighting the candle, you're lighting the incense, you're lighting the impepo. You're asking for things. And don't tell you guys that, like, by the way, that's how I started. Mina ngangithi, ngilayita ikhandlela, ngilayita impepo, ngithi ngidinga imali. Indaba nina niyasaba. You guys feel like spirituality is not for money. You're too busy out here judging yourself. And Kiri, you want to be like other people. And Kiri, you want to be like the other spiritual people that you see online. Okay, yeah. Guys, there's so much, like, you need to understand how it's about you. I don't know, have you guys never been taught, like, to be selfish? And that doesn't mean that, like, oh, not it's not called selfish anymore. Selfish is the bad one. It's called, is it called, I don't know, fuck. But my point is that it's as if you guys have not been taught to be okay with how you feel about you. Like, some of y'all, you could be loving yourselves, but you're so scared. Like, you're scared that that is like, that means that you don't love other people. Ganjan, that's so weird. That's so weird. Like, loving yourself relates to the fact that, like, you don't have love for other people. So when okay, anyway, yeah. Uyakwazi kulayita ikhandlela ulayita impepho usho ukuthi iPad angiboni ukuthi month end I'm gonna make it. Ngicela ukuthi ningifakele something. Like, mangabe leyo connection qinile, you'll see something happen. Mangabe ufuna ukubuza nge-relationship usho ukuthi iPad mina angisazi, ngicela ukuthi ningithi naleyo ngeke ngayenza. Kwale izinto sezibhedile zibhedebhedi ngasho mina ukuthi mina ngicela i-meeting because ngiyachaphazwa la, and manje kena angisenawo amandla enginawo ukuthi nina manivula umnyango mina ngiphume, ngicela ukuthi ningikhipheni kule nto le. This was like after 2 years nje, yo bangidraga bayenzani. Mina ngacela nina niyasaba, like mina ngazi ukuthi nisabani. What's the point of this connection ke? What's the point? It's to help you with your life now. Hibana, you think okay. Anyway, I'm gonna judge. But yeah, a lot of things are about to change. A lot of things are about to change for the better. The change may come about in a way that maybe causes you to be vulnerable, that maybe causes you to think twice and ask yourself if did you do the right thing. But the results are going to speak for themselves. Okay, guys. That's what I have for you guys. Messages from your higher self. That's what it was. If you enjoyed the reading, please like, share, subscribe, comment. And if you want to book a personal reading, all the information is in the description box.